What are perimenopause and andropause?
Perimenopause?
Andropause?
Many hear these words, but few truly grasp what they mean for body and life.
They are natural, significant phases of life.
Think of your body as an orchestra, hormones as conductors.
For decades, they keep a predictable, harmonious rhythm.
In our 40s and 50s, the rhythm changes.
Hormones are chemical messengers that guide cells, tissues, and organs.
They regulate sleep, growth, mood, and overall health.
There are core players: estrogen and testosterone.
Estrogen is dominant in female physiology.
Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone.
With age, hormone production naturally slows.
Change is gradual, often subtle, until symptoms become obvious.
For women, perimenopause precedes menopause, whereas men experience age-related testosterone decline.
The impact can touch nearly every part of daily life.
We will use clear data, relatable scenarios, and practical steps so you can deal better with the situation.
Perimenopause, which literally means around menopause, is the crucial transitional phase a woman's body goes through before her periods stop for good. Think of it as the runway to menopause, a time when the ovaries gradually begin to produce less estrogen.
This transition is primarily driven by fluctuating ovarian estrogen. The brain tries to stimulate the ovaries to produce more hormones, but the ovaries' response becomes less predictable, leading to erratic hormone levels.
It's not a steady, gentle decline. More often than not, it's a hormonal roller coaster. You can have days or weeks of very high estrogen, followed by sudden drops to very low levels, creating a chaotic internal environment.
It's these unpredictable swings, not just the low levels, that trigger the wide array of symptoms associated with this stage. Progesterone levels also become irregular, which further contributes to the changes.
This journey can begin for many women in their 40s, but it's not uncommon for it to start in the late 30s. On average, perimenopause lasts for about 4 to 8 years, but for some, it can be shorter or much longer.
Globally, the experience and awareness of perimenopause are evolving. In India, for example, there's a significant rise in awareness, particularly in urban areas. Clinics are seeing more women in their 40s seeking help for symptoms like hot flashes, poor sleep, and significant cycle changes.
In the United States, where roughly 1.3 million women reach menopause each year, the conversation is shifting towards support systems. Many companies are now expanding workplace programs and health benefits to help employees manage symptoms and maintain productivity.
And in the United Kingdom, the National Health Service provides clear guidance that emphasizes lifestyle adjustments and encourages open discussions about hormone replacement therapy, or HRT. The popularity of symptom tracking apps is also empowering women to have more informed conversations with their doctors.
It's vital to understand that these experiences vary dramatically. For some, the transition is mild with few noticeable symptoms. For others, it can be a disruptive and prolonged period that significantly impacts their quality of life.
One of the earliest and most common signs is a change in your menstrual cycle. Cycles can become unpredictable. The timing might shorten or lengthen, and the flow can swing from being very light to suddenly very heavy, sometimes with clots.
Skipping periods for a few months and then having them return is also very common. This happens because ovulation, the release of an egg, is becoming inconsistent. You can't be sure when or if it's happening each month.
The data is clear. About 85% of women will experience noticeable menopausal symptoms. This isn't a niche issue. It's a near universal aspect of female aging that deserves our attention and empathy.
We must be aware of and sensitive to these changes. Normalizing the conversation in our homes, workplaces, and communities is the first step to reducing the stigma and sense of isolation many women feel.
Symptoms often don't follow a linear path. They can cluster for several months, making life difficult, then suddenly settle down, only to return again later. This unpredictability can be incredibly frustrating and confusing.
This is why care must be personalized. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, because no two perimenopausal journeys are exactly the same. What works for one person may not work for another.
So if you notice your periods are changing, remember that this is often the very first sign that perimenopause has begun. It's a natural process, and while it can be challenging, it is absolutely manageable with the right support and information.
Now that we've explored the female transition, let's examine the corresponding changes that can occur in men. Andropause, often termed late-onset hypogonadism, describes age-related testosterone decline.
Unlike the rapid estrogen drop in women, men lose testosterone slowly.
roughly 1 to 2% per year, starting around 30 to 40.
Because it's gradual, many men don't notice for years.
There's no single event to mark its onset.
Almost all men have some decline. About 20% over 60 fall below lab ranges.
Fewer have both low levels and significant symptoms.
Common complaints among men include low mood, fatigue, reduced strength, lower libido.
These can arise from illness, medicines, or lifestyle also, just not only hormones.
Diagnosis weighs symptoms, severity, overall health, and contributors.
It's not just a lab number. Context is crucial.
Subtle fatigue, harder muscle gains, and a gradual decline in libido often become the new normal.
The insidious course leads to underdiagnosis and undertreatment.
Prevalence varies by definition, testing, and symptoms.
Not all low readings require treatment. Monitoring may suffice.
Let's detail symptom patterns in both sexes.
Then, we'll connect symptoms to daily life impact.
Let's start with one of the most well-known symptoms for women: hot flashes. These are sudden, intense waves of heat, often spreading across the face, neck, and chest. They can last from a few seconds to several minutes and may be accompanied by a flushed appearance, sweating, and even a rapid heartbeat. When they strike at night, we call them night sweats, and they can drench your sheets, completely disrupting your rest.
Up to 80% of women experience them, making them a hallmark of this transition. But the impact goes beyond physical discomfort. They can be incredibly disruptive and even embarrassing, especially in a professional or social setting.
Sleep problems are also incredibly common, even for women who don't have night sweats.
Progesterone has a calming, sleep-promoting effect, so as its levels fluctuate and decline, it disrupts the brain's natural sleep-wake circuits, making it harder to fall and stay asleep.
This chronic lack of quality sleep creates a cascade effect, leading to persistent fatigue, which in turn fuels mood changes, anxiety, and that frustrating feeling of cognitive fog.
Around 30% of women report mood effects significant enough to impair their daily life.
Vaginal dryness and thinning caused by lower estrogen can cause discomfort and painful sex, which understandably strains intimacy and relationships.
Other physical shifts include joint pain, weight gain around the midsection, thinning hair, and dry, less elastic skin.
At work, sudden memory lapses and difficulty focusing can seriously shake professional confidence.
For men, the symptom picture is often more subtle, with changes in energy, mood, and sexual function dominating the experience.
A waning sex drive and a noticeable decrease in morning erections are often the key early clues that testosterone levels are declining.
While erectile dysfunction can be a symptom, it has many causes, and it's critical that cardiovascular issues are ruled out first by a doctor.
Physically, men may notice a loss of muscle mass despite regular workouts, and a simultaneous rise in visceral fat, the dangerous fat around the organs, which raises metabolic risk.
Mentally and emotionally, increased irritability, a persistent low mood, and brain fog can erode performance at work and strain personal relationships.
Low libido is quite common, affecting roughly a quarter to a third of men over the age of 60.
This constellation of symptoms, low energy, reduced strength, and low libido, is a strong indicator of clinically significant low testosterone.
For both men and women, these symptoms aren't just minor annoyances. They ripple through work, relationships, and long-term health, profoundly affecting quality of life. Sleep loss, brain fog, and anxiety undermine focus and productivity.
Hot flashes embarrass, fatigue drains drive, careers can plateau or detour.
Changes in desire or pain with sex can create distance and hurt.
Unpredictable moods strain even strong bonds.
In women, falling estrogen accelerates bone loss and fracture risk.
Heart protection wanes, cholesterol and blood pressure may rise.
In men, low testosterone also links to bone and muscle loss and falls.
Both transitions can worsen metabolic risk, including type 2 diabetes and heart disease.
Shifts in energy, appearance, and cognition can shake identity and self-esteem.
Anxiety and depression here are real conditions that deserve support.
Aging ovaries and testes respond less to brain signals.
Fewer responsive follicles drive high FSH and erratic estrogen until cycles cease.
Leydig cell output and signals diminish, producing slow testosterone decline.
Fat tissue makes estrogen. SHBG rises with age, further lowering free testosterone.
Stress, poor diet, inactivity, sleep loss, alcohol, and medical issues amplify symptoms. Now, let's talk about actionable steps to reduce symptom burden and regain control. While medical guidance is key, you hold significant power to manage your symptoms and improve your well-being right now. Let's break down the 4 foundational pillars you can start building today. Protecting your sleep, moving your body daily, nourishing yourself with whole foods, and actively managing stress.
First, let's tackle sleep. Your body thrives on routine, so aim to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day. even on weekends. This reinforces your natural sleep-wake cycle. Engineer your bedroom to be a sleep sanctuary. Keep it cool, completely dark, and quiet. Blue light from phones and tablets can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime, so power down all screens at least an hour before bed.
Instead, create a relaxing wind-down ritual. This could be reading a physical book, taking a warm bath with Epsom salts, listening to calming music, or gentle stretching. These activities signal to your body that it's time to rest.
Next, movement. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity most days of the week. Brisk walking, cycling, or swimming are perfect examples. This helps regulate mood, improve sleep, and maintain a healthy weight.
Crucially, add strength training at least twice a week. This doesn't have to mean heavy lifting. Using resistance bands, doing bodyweight exercises, or lifting light dumbbells is fantastic for preserving the muscle mass and bone density that hormones help protect.
For nutrition, think of your plate as a blueprint. Fill half with a variety of colorful plants, a quarter with lean protein like fish or beans, and a quarter with high-fiber whole grains like oats or brown rice. This combination helps stabilize energy and mood. Also, ensure you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D for bone health through foods like dairy, leafy greens, and fortified milks.
Be mindful of what can trigger symptoms. Try to reduce added sugars and heavily processed foods. Excess caffeine, especially in the afternoon, can disrupt sleep and increase anxiety, so consider limiting it.
To manage stress, find a daily practice that works for you. A simple and powerful tool is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. Repeat this a few times to calm your nervous system. Meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or having open conversations with loved ones are also excellent strategies.
Finally, avoid smoking entirely and limit alcohol. Both can worsen hot flashes, disrupt sleep, and negatively impact your heart, bones, and mood.
If lifestyle changes aren't enough and your symptoms are disrupting your daily life, it's time to consult a doctor.
To make the most of your visit, bring a detailed log of your symptoms, along with your personal medical history, family history, and a list of all medications and supplements you take.
For women, a perimenopause diagnosis is primarily clinical, based on your symptoms and age. Because hormones fluctuate dramatically day to day, a single blood test can be misleading and isn't usually necessary.
For men, the diagnosis requires both persistent symptoms and blood tests confirming low testosterone. This means at least 2 separate morning blood tests showing low total and free testosterone levels. Your doctor should also run other labs to rule out different underlying causes for your symptoms.
For women, hormone replacement therapy, or HRT, is the most effective treatment for vasomotor symptoms like hot flashes and can protect against bone loss. It's a personal decision, so have a thorough discussion with your doctor about the benefits and risks for you.
For those experiencing primarily vaginal dryness or discomfort, low-dose vaginal estrogen is a highly effective option that targets the issue locally with minimal absorption into the rest of the body.
For men with a confirmed diagnosis, testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT, can significantly improve energy, mood, muscle mass, and libido. However, it requires ongoing monitoring of blood levels and potential side effects to ensure it's both safe and effective.
Remember, these hormonal shifts are transitions, not endpoints. They are a natural part of life. With the right knowledge, proactive lifestyle choices, and supportive medical care, you can navigate this phase with confidence and continue to thrive.